everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing very well. So today's video I am really excited to do because I'm going to be talking about some makeup products that surprised me and surprised me in a good way. Every now and then I still have some reservations on whether or not I think a product will work out for me. Maybe because the certain type of makeup product hasn't really worked for me in the past, or maybe it's a certain brand that hasn't worked for me. But yeah, every now and then, you know, I have my reservations on whether or not I should grab something or not, or whether or not it'll work out for me. But for the most part, there's so much really great makeup out there, and most things are really good hits. Every now and then you'll get a miss, but for the most part, I'm overall really pleased with a lot of the makeup that I try, which is great. But let's go ahead and get into this video. So I have products of all different types, so I'm not gonna go in any particular order. I might try to go in the order that I do my makeup in, but let's just go ahead and get started. So firstly, this surprised me, and not because I didn't think it was a good product, but because I didn't think it was actually going to work as well as it does. And this is the Hard Candy Sheer Envy Hydrating Primer with 12-hour makeup grip. And this is an amazing primer. I actually filmed a drugstore makeup starter kit that I will leave linked down below, as well as in the eye. And basically, I talked about how this is a primer that I highly recommend. I think it works so well. It's very effective. It's very similar to the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer. If you guys are familiar, I'm sure you are. And what it does is it's pretty hydrating, and you just apply it to the skin. And once it's fully absorbed to the skin, it still leaves a tackiness on your face. So the makeup that you apply, so like your foundation, just really grips onto your skin, and it makes it last really well throughout the day. I also feel like this is a perfect primer to wear underneath a mask, which is so exciting because everyone is trying to find stuff that's transfer proof or that transfers significantly less. And so I just think this is great, and it really surprised me. Like I said, I figured that it was a good product. I guess I just expected it to work like mediocre, I guess. I didn't consider it to be something that would really work, if that makes sense. But no, this is amazing. It's very good, and it does a very good job at keeping your makeup in place and almost like bulletproof. I mean, it's amazing. Now, keeping on with foundations or complexion products, this really surprised me. Again, not because I thought it was gonna be bad, it's just mainly I didn't think it was gonna be as good as it is. So this is the Profusion Feel Good Skin Long Wear Skin Perfector. So it's basically just a foundation. And the reason I wasn't sure if this was gonna be good was because I believe this is Profusion's first foundation. I could be wrong, but Profusion usually is most well known for their eyeshadows, and I think now they're only starting to kind of expand into different areas of makeup, which is great because this foundation is really good. It's only $6. It's very affordable. You can find it at Walmart, and I figured because Profusion's eyeshadows have kind of been something that I'm not really into anymore. I've decluttered all of my Profusion eyeshadow palettes, that I wasn't really gonna fall in love with this. But no, it's great. And paired with that Hard Candy primer, it's amazing. I just think that it's a very good foundation. It's very pigmented, which meaning a little bit goes a very long way. I just like to put a little bit on the back of my hand and then just kind of blend it in a little bit before, and then go in with my sponge. It gives really great coverage, and it doesn't feel heavy on the skin. This is actually the foundation that I wore underneath my mask when I went out of town to Fredericksburg, and I wore my mask pretty much all day. And when I took off my mask at the end of the evening, I mean, my foundation, my complexion, my makeup, everything looked beautiful. Of course, it wore off like maybe in the nose and stuff, just like normal places. But I mean, for wearing a mask and for taking it on and off, you know, maybe whenever we ate lunch and stuff, it was amazing. So I think it's really good. Honestly, this pair right here, the Hard Candy one and the Profusion, this is amazing. And I highly recommend this duo. but both of these products really surprised me in the best way possible. Now, this product surprised me only because of the type of products that it is. This is the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Tinted Moisturizer. This is nothing new by any means. It's been out for quite some time now. But I never thought that tinted moisturizers would be something that would work for me. I've always had problematic skin. I've always dealt with acne. I've recently have dealt, well, not recently, but I've had rosacea, so I have redness. It's obviously gotten so much better over the years with just having really great skincare and developing a really good skincare routine. But still, I've always had something to cover. I could never, I obviously leave the house without makeup on, but I never could feel like something light coverage and lightweight would work for me. Well, it doesn't provide good coverage. It really doesn't, but something about the formula of this tinted moisturizer, it really, really smooths out your skin. And I don't know if it's because of how hydrating it is and because it has that hyaluronic acid, that moisture is being drawn back into the skin, that it looks that way. But I mean, honestly, it provides such a beautiful blurring effect to the skin. Now, of course, I set this, but I think this wears very well, and I'm overall so impressed with it. I've used a lot of it. Now, this still is the same tube that I've had, but I mean, I think it's really good. And honestly, if you're someone who maybe doesn't think that the tinted moisturizer realm won't work for you, maybe try this because of the fact that it, like I said, it really smooths out your skin and it wears really, really well. And where it wears off throughout the day, it wears off gracefully. Because of the fact that it's not a full coverage product, that it's not so obvious that you're, wearing off maybe in your cheek or your nose or what have you, if that makes sense. But keep in mind, it's not a lot of coverage. It really isn't. It's almost one of the lightest coverage tinted moisturizers out there that I've tried, but because of that smoothing effect and how it wears, it's beautiful. And I'm honestly very surprised at it because I never thought something like this would work for me. So now I'm pretty much done with complexion products. I don't have any bronzers or blushes or anything. A lot of this that's left are just lip products and eye products. So let's talk about the lip products first because I have less of those. So the first thing is this. This is from e.l.f. This is the Ride or Die Lip Balm, and I do have the shade Tough Cookie. This surprised me because I actually really love this product. I mean, I probably wear this once a week. I mean, you guys can see just how much I've actually used of this. This surprised me because I love lip balms. I really, really do. I have so many of them, but this has just been such a game changer for me. I absolutely love this beautiful nude shade that it comes in. I love the formula. It's very hydrating, but it also keeps my lips moisturized for a good amount of time. I feel like if I wear this in the morning, I don't really feel like my lips are dry all day, and I really like that. There's times when I'm at work and I'm like, gosh, my lips are very dry and I have to apply like chapstick or something, and I don't have that problem with this. I love this product. I love the nude color that it comes in, and I just think overall it's very, very moisturizing. So this is a product that surprised me because I didn't think that it could be anything revolutionary because of the fact that it's just a lip balm, but because of how beautiful the shade is and because of how moisturizing it is, I mean, I just love it. I really do. Another lip product, again, is an e.l.f. product, and this is the e.l.f. Sheer Slick Lipstick in the shade Golden Pear. Now this, I guess I'm kind of surprised by this because I didn't think the formula was anything revolutionary. I still don't, but it's the shade. The shade Golden Pear is absolutely so stunning. Let me show you just kind of what it looks like, just twisted out of the tube here. It's just the most beautiful, like pumpkin-y fall color. During the fall season, I wore this so much because it complemented a lot of my favorite fall palettes, a lot of my favorite fall looks. It is just so stunning. Like I said, the formula is nothing revolutionary. Revlon has formulas like this. L'Oreal has formulas like this. And so there's nothing really special about the formula. It's just this shade. I think the shade is so beautiful and it's so perfect for fall. So that's definitely something that surprised me. And then these products really surprised me, mainly because of the colors of these bad boys. So these are from Marc Jacobs. These are the Enamored High Shine Lip Lacquers. Now I did purchase both of these from TJ Maxx, and so I don't know if they're even technically available, but they definitely surprised me because these are very bright shades, as you guys can probably see here. I mean, they're almost intimidating if you look at them, right? But they just provide the most beautiful sheer wash of color. They're so stunning. They're so comfortable. And I feel like anytime I wear these, I just feel that much more beautiful. I feel like they can really bring a look together, and they can kind of add something maybe that you weren't feeling before. So for instance, it seems like it's like a bright purple, but honestly, it's just a beautiful sheer wash of purple. It's still purple, don't get me wrong. It doesn't show up clear, but it's like more of like a flattering, more approachable way to wear purple, if that makes sense. So I really love it. This shade, by the way, is Boom. And then this shade is Hot, and this one is probably my favorite out of the two. This is just a beautiful pink color. Again, it looks so intimidating when you look at it, but it's so beautiful. It just provides such a beautiful wash of pink to the lips. It's noticeable, like I said, but still, it's just, I don't know, the formula is so nice. It's non-sticky. It really smooths out your lips, but just the colors alone are so beautiful. And I love how approachable they made these colors and how like less intimidating they make these colors by just how beautiful the sheer wash of color is. I'm sorry if I'm just repeating myself over and over again, but I kind of hope that you're catching what I'm throwing. Anyways, so those are the lip products. Now let's get into some eye products. So I do want to talk about these two eyeshadow palettes from Revlon. These surprised the heck out of me, you guys. I am someone who never really purchases from Revlon. They've never really been a brand that has excited me, intrigued me, caught my interest by any means, but these palettes are just stunning. So this palette is Slight Flex. Let me go ahead and lift the top for you so you can get a better glimpse of the shades. So beautiful. I absolutely love this cute little color story. And then we have That's a Dub, just a nice, like kind of cool toned, neutral, everyday type palette. So beautiful. And these specifically are called the Revlon So Fierce Prismatic Eyeshadow Palettes. Beautiful. Now, what surprised me is one, because they're Revlon, like just flat out the, you know, what is, I don't even know what I'm saying. Just right out the gate, it's Revlon. That's what surprises me. But also just how high end these color stories are. I mean, this one right here reminds me of Nude Dip from Tom Ford. Like, it just does. Now, of course, I'm not comparing the formula to Tom Ford. I have two eyeshadow palettes from Tom Ford. One is complete trash. The quality is so bad. And then the other one, which I have as Nude Dip, is beautiful. I love that quad so much. So this color story reminds me so much of Nude Dip from Tom Ford. And this shade right here is absolutely stunning. It's one of the best shades that you can place all over your lids for a one and done look, for a quick out the door type of look, and you'll get full impact. I mean, it's absolutely beautiful. And then this one in the shade Slight Flex, this shade right here is the most beautiful like duochrome shade that you just wouldn't expect to probably find in a $10 eyeshadow palette. Now, I know $10 is kind of steep for 4 shades, especially when e.l.f. has 4 shades for $3. But I'm telling you, I just think these color stories, at least these two, these are the ones that I can speak for, are just very high-end looking. Like, these are just color stories that you don't really find at the drugstore. So I am so pleasantly surprised with these two palettes, and I'm so glad that I have them. I really am. I think they're very special, and I will say, Don't expect much from the formula. It's not super, super pigmented, but I kind of like that. I think it's a nice change of pace. Again, it kind of gives you that more effortless editorial look that just gives you some, you know, wash of color on your lids. So stunning. I love these. Now, another palette is this one from Wet n Wild, and this is the Nude Awakening eyeshadow palette. Now, this is not a new palette from Wet n Wild by any means. This is just new packaging and probably new formula as well. And I love this palette. I think it performs so well for being $5 or $6. I mean, it's beautiful. And I wore this like 2 or 3 days in a row, and I was just so impressed every time. I think it's so good. It's a nice everyday work appropriate palette, and it surprised me because I wasn't very impressed with Wet n Wild's eyeshadow palettes before. Like, I liked them. I owned the Comfort Zone one, not the OG one, but the one that was in the other tin pans. And I liked it, but again, I wasn't super in love or impressed. But I am very impressed with this one, and this color story is right up my alley. I'm so glad that I decided to grab it because I think that they have improved in their quality, and I think it's overall really good. And so this surprised me because, like I said, I wasn't really obsessed with Wet n Wild's formula before. So I'm really glad to have this palette from them. All right, so I'm trying to hurry because I feel like I've been talking forever. Now, another product that surprised me, the Maybelline Color Tattoos. I have the shades Socialite and High Roller. And High Roller is just more of like a taupey brown color. It's so stunning. I talk about these a lot on my channel because I think they're really great, affordable cream shadows. And then this is the shade Socialite, which is a beautiful like rose gold color. And these surprised me because I didn't think that they were going to be very pigmented. I didn't think that they were going to be as long lasting on the eyelids as they claim to be, but honestly they are. They really are. They last all day, and they're so beautiful and so reflective on the lids. I just love them. My favorite shade is Socialite, and that's the one that I would recommend. High Roller is beautiful, but I just prefer Socialite because I love rose gold, especially all over the lids. But these just surprised me because they're honestly so much more than I thought they were gonna be. And I'm just overall so pleased with how they perform and how they wear throughout the day. So definitely a good surprise. Okay, finally, I have my final items, and these are the Kaja, I never know the name of these things, the Kaja Beauty Bento, like little eyeshadow trio thingies, I don't know. So these I actually purchased, so this one I purchased from Marshalls or TJ, and then this one I actually got for Christmas. These are so beautiful. So I have the shade Rose Water, which I'll try to show you in a way that maybe you can see all three, I don't know. So this is the one that's in Rose Water, so it's more of like a pinky one and more of like a, it's more mauvey toned, I guess. Well, this one is more mauvey toned, I guess. And then this one is in Glowing Guava, and this one actually has 2 matte shades and a shimmer shade, which is really nice. So here's what this one looks like. So weird to try to show you these, but anyways, these pleasantly surprised me because of how beautiful the shimmers are. I mean, honestly, Rose Water might be my favorite because I just absolutely love these beautiful shimmer shades. Like, look at that. It's so beautiful. And these metallics are almost like Natasha Denona metallics in the sense of that they're very like sparkly and almost look like they have like crushed diamonds in the formula or something. I don't know, but I absolutely love them. They pleasantly surprised me because they're just little trios. I didn't think anything of them, but honestly, they add so much to an eye look. I love Glowing Guava because it has those 2 mattes that I feel like I can create, you know, a perfect, you know, look with it because I have 1 shade for the crease, 1 shade for the lid, and 1 shade for the outer crease. So I love this one for just an easy way to just create an eye look. But Rose Water is really special because I can add it to an eye look. I can use it as a topper. I mean, they're just so stunning, and I'm pleasantly surprised by how beautiful these shimmers are. So if you happen to see those at your TJ Maxx and Marshalls, pick them up for sure. But those are all of the products that pleasantly surprised me, that surprised me in a good way. You know, There's so much really good makeup out there, and it's so nice to have all of these wonderful options available. But every now and then there's a product that you're like, is that gonna work for me? Is it not? And then you end up falling in love with it, and that's just such a good feeling to know that you're getting out of your comfort zone and that things are working out for you. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up. And also I would love for you to subscribe. Also comment below what products pleasantly surprised you. I would love to know. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll go ahead and see you in my next video. Bye.